Hi guys, so I didn't really plan to do this video, especially not for, Vlogmas, but I was watching a video on YouTube, which you saw that clip. I'm not really sure if you could tell I was pretty emotional, which I didn't expect to be, because it is a really hard topic that hits home quite a bit for me. My just dear friend, Jasmine, shout out to her, love her with all my heart. If you guys ever have the chance seriously to meet this girl, she is an inspiration seriously to everybody and the deepest blessing, honestly. She doesn't even have to say anything, but just all of her Facebook posts, man, it has just been such an encouragement. Her in general, and I get off topic very easily. I am going to leave her support group in the description. Please go check it out, guys. It'll bless your socks off. It is just the most wonderful support group. I'm in so many support groups, and that's the only one I really keep up with, because I really don't feel like it's just, kind of like sucking the life out of me, because I tend to just give, and I don't ever, I'm not usually on the receiving side, so it does get exhausting sometimes, support groups, from that perspective, if you're not taking as much as you're giving. But I feel like in her group, I have received a lot, and it's just been a blessing. But now that I've rambled on about how amazing her group is, and you're all going to go check that out, I also want to talk about the video I was watching and why I felt so emotional, because I'm not a crier with videos really, or movies, anything like. I'm very emotional, but I don't usually cry during any movie or any video. Like, I don't. I don't really know why, I just don't. But for this, like I said, it really hit home. So the name of the video is Faces of Pain and the Sound of Silence. This is about Don't Push Pain. This is about the opioid crisis that we've been lied to about. This is about being a chronic pain patient my whole life. I started dealing with chronic pain at a very, very young age. The first time I remember having chronic pain, I would say I was about 5 or 6. And I always tell people, I would hear all the older people at church, they would go, "Oh, I'm in pain, but it's part of the aging process." So me and my little 6-year-old head went, "Oh, it's just part of the aging process. This is what it's like getting older." Which is completely hilarious, because it's just so not true. You're not supposed to be in pain at 6. But I didn't know that. I did, however, figure out quite quickly that when my parents knew I was in pain or not feeling well, that I had to go to the doctor. So from a young age, I started learning how to hide my pain. Really probably wasn't the best idea, but I wanted to be normal. I wanted to be in school. So that's when the chronic pain started. I don't even really know. There's just so much I can say about the opioid crisis. It was really hard to watch this video, not only because I've dealt with so much pain and have been told to suck it up, to deal with it. It's not that bad. I don't know why you're in so much pain. It's not even just that, my journey of how difficult chronic pain has been for me on a daily basis. But more so, it's hard because I have so many friends. I've developed so many friendships through being sick, and I'm so immensely grateful for them. But it is so hard because I know that they're in so much pain every day, and most of them are told the same thing I am. Nothing can be done. Or if they have pain meds, you try to make them stretch a ridiculously long time because you're afraid to refill your medicine. That's why it's hard. It's hard knowing that so many people you care about and you love, that they're in immense pain and nobody will help. I've had friends, go to the ER like with severe pain or chest pains, not being able to breathe, and they're treated so poorly. I've been there myself, where I was screaming the one time in pain from my leg. I didn't know what was wrong with it, and we still don't. But it was so painful, and I was screaming, and in the beginning, nobody wanted to do anything. I've had tramadol, which is originally it was like Tylenol. It's like a step above Tylenol. That is what it really is. Other countries have it as an over-the-counter medicine. I was recently told tramadol is stronger than 4 milligrams of morphine, and I had a doctor who was trying to scare me out of taking tramadol. And that's just, it's unfair because that was how I function. And it's not immensely helpful, I'm not going to lie. It's not a huge help. But it was something. And it was helping me to have a little bit of a quality of life when I was thinking about, okay, like if I'm not on tramadol, but if I lose pain management in my care, I won't be able to function, period. I wouldn't be able to get out of bed. If I don't have something to help with my pain, I can't teach Sunday school. I can't do my YouTube videos. I can't paint. I can barely paint now, to be honest with you. The pain is so excruciating most times, even with a stronger pain med on board and other over-the-counter tips and tricks and other things. The pain is still sometimes so unbearable that I just cry. I can't do anything but cry because it is so unbearable. And it's hard to think and to move. And it's just the way that stuff has happened with the government and pushing pain. It is immensely unfair. This is not going to be, one of those videos that goes viral, but I wanted to just get it out there so it's another voice being heard, that it's not okay to push pain. It's not okay when people have surgery to deny them pain meds after you've cut them open. I was cut open for my port placement, which is considered a very difficult surgery. You wouldn't think so. Honestly, like it's such a small device. You wouldn't think it's so painful, but it is painful. And it was right after being admitted to the hospital with pain that was a 10 out of 10 on the pain scale. I would even say a little bit higher, to be honest. And they're ready to send me home. They're like, oh, you don't need anything for pain. You'll be fine. And like my parents made a big deal about it, thankfully. And I was able to get something for a couple days, but like if I didn't have my family, I would be in a much, much worse position. And I know a lot of people aren't as blessed as I am to have a family or a support system, people in their lives who care. And it's really heartbreaking and it's scary because you always wonder, will that happen to me? Will you be alone facing the pain? Because it's hard to deal with alone. It's hard to deal with all the support, honest. I have support, and some days I feel very alone with my pain. And especially adding the dystonia on top of chronic pain, it is some days unbearable. I wanted to take some time, though, to also read some of the slides. I took pictures. I'm going to put the link to that video in the description, and if you all can go watch it, it is 19 minutes. It is hard. It was hard for me to watch. Obviously, I honestly had to take breaks and stuff because I was feeling so emotional. But if you all can go and watch the video and share it, that would be great. I know it is really lengthy, but it is worth the watch and the share because this message needs to get out there that pushing pain is not okay. Because honestly, I truly believe in my heart the people who made these laws don't fully understand what they did. They don't understand that if them or a loved one was in this situation, that they would want pain control. Not even just a pain med. You want pain control. You don't care what it is. You don't care if all, you know, the stupid stuff you're told, like, oh, yoga and kale, like, if that was the answer, we would all do it. It's not a question of pain medicine. It's a question of pain management. Managing the pain, controlling the pain, being able to move and to live. That's all we want, honestly. So, the CDC has now admitted that it's grossly overestimated deaths from the opioid prescription crisis. At least half, in fact, were from illegal fentanyl. You just stress that again, illegal fentanyl. But the damage was done, and millions are left suffering in pain. Sorry, that's my Facebook. Severe and constant pain has far more risk than any stable daily dose of opioid medicine. Severe pain has adverse effects on the cardiovascular system, the endocrine system, can't pronounce that properly, immune system, neurological system, and others. There's no need to take these risks. And honestly, when I had first gotten sick, not really first gotten sick, but, you know, when stuff got really bad, was when I had my kidney infection. And I was always under the impression, you know, of course, growing up, you're always told don't take drugs. So in my head, you know, that's what I was essentially given to cope with my infection were drugs. That's kind of how it felt at the time. It was, it's hard kind of like to change your thinking because you're like, okay, well, narcotics are like street drugs is kind of, I think, like my train of thought at the time. And it was hard. But I had a triple kidney infection, and the doctor kind of looked at me and she was like, you know what, you need to take your pain medicine because you suffering in pain, you're just going to cause more problems. And then, like, I think from her, like, just talking to me, and she explained to me why it was important for me to take it when it was unbearable, that really stuck with me. And I'm so forever immensely grateful to her to explaining that, you know what, it was okay for me to take the pain meds that were prescribed, as prescribed, of course, and allow my body to get some relief from the pain because I was dealing with, you know, my chronic pain, and then on top of that, all the infection stuff. And they were pretty sure for a while I was going to go sepsis, which is a blood infection. We just missed that. But there's just so many things that people don't get, that chronic pain, it is so taxing on the entire body. And of course, this one, says it's bullying when a doctor pretends any patient who disagrees with his treatment plan is mentally ill. There are so many times that we're accused or told that, oh, it's just a mental illness. One of the things, and I remember getting this message from a friend recently, that she made the rookie mistake of crying in the ER. So, of course, she was sent a psychology referral, which is, no offense, just BS, because she was crying because of the pain. And then she was told, oh, it's depression. It's not depression. I'm depressed because I'm in pain. That's all it is. It's not like there's a difference between a depressive disorder and I'm depressed because I'm in pain. There's a difference. Yes, you can have both. Of course, 150%. Just because somebody cries does not mean they have depression. Seriously, people. I was a psych major. I at least know that much. But, I mean, you disagree, they drop you, they call you mentally ill. I mean, that's a whole other story, though. I've seen doctors admit, this one was sick to me. I've seen doctors admit they'd rather have somebody die from suicide or sudden cardiovascular arrest due to the ramifications of uncontrolled pain than to prescribe pain meds and to risk an overdose. New study found only 1% of patients who receive an opioid prescription for acute pain in the emergency room develop an opioid disorder. I even think, honestly, that's a little bit high. I think they're being very generous. I did see this doctor on Twitter, and he's very into the Don't Push Pain campaign. The statistics this man had, like, blow your mind of how much all these facts were twisted. This way it fit whoever was making the laws, which is not okay. Yeah, and then I just went back to, I guess I have the same ones, but I think you get my point. I don't even know what else really to say other than this. I really hope that it changes. We've been told it's supposed to. I don't know how long it'll take, but, and I know a lot of people also say, oh, well, like medical marijuana, which I will address that very quickly. I want to say, first of all, it's not 100% for anybody. It doesn't take care of the pain usually 100% from what I've read. It's like a lot of people need both Western medicine and the more natural. They're not able to get away with just medical marijuana and no prescriptions. And I know that would be a dream for so many people, to get off of all their prescriptions, but it's not always possible. And medical marijuana does not always make that possible either. A lot of people have medical marijuana and pain meds, medical marijuana and other medicine. So there's no guarantee it's like any other medicine. And they're still trying to figure out so much with the medical marijuana, so not everybody is comfortable to take it. And that's really the bottom line with that. I mean, it is an option for some people, but it is not 100%. And I know people want to say, oh, that it is because it's more natural, but we don't have all the information that we need with it. A lot of it, they just basically tell people it's all trial and error. So, like, you're sending somebody in with all these different, like, products and stuff, and they're kind of like, well, good luck. Hopefully something here will help. Like, there's not enough guidance. There's not enough research. So, it's a nice thought, but, again, it's not 100%, and they're still working out the kinks in that one, too. So, I hope this video helps somebody to know that they're not alone, and I would really, really be honored and love if y'all would share this video and check out the video that I'm going to leave in the description, and check out that awesome support group, and I'll see you guys soon.